If you're starting a cleaning business and you don't want to risk thousands of dollars on ads, this video is going to show you the 5 strategies I used to get my first clients without spending a dollar in marketing. These are the same methods my clients use to sign their first 10 to 15 clients before they run a paid ad. And most of them can be done tonight. Let's start out with the fastest way you can get your first clients, your warm market. This is texting people you already know. Friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, classmates, people from your gym, church, anywhere where you have an existing relationship. Now I know what you're thinking. Michael, I don't want to be the one who's always selling something to their friends, rubs me the wrong way, and I get it. Nobody wants to be the annoying friend who's literally constantly pitching business opportunities to them. But with this method, here's the thing. You're not going to be directly selling them anything, right? Number one, you're offering a legitimate service that solves a real problem, right? So it's not some random thing like crypto or no one knows what you're talking about. And you're doing it in a way that removes pressure from the relationship. So the messaging is really important, and I recommend just saying something casual, right? Hey, name, I just launched a professional cleaning company. I'm offering a special rates for friends and families this month, this week, whatever you want to, use in terms of time duration. Know anyone who could use help. If you notice what I'm doing here, I'm not asking them to hire me directly, right? I'm asking for referrals. This is going to decrease the pressure, make it easier for them to help you, right? So most people will feel awkward asking friends and family for business, but when you reframe it this way and you're asking for referrals, it's going to become much more comfortable for both of you. And to me, here's why this works well. First, trust is already established, right? They already know you're a real person. You're not some scammer, right? You want to do a good job. You actually, can trust this person's going to send someone good into their home. Second, they want you to succeed, right? People in your network are genuinely rooting for you. At least I hope. And then third, they actually know other people who might need your services, especially when it comes to cleaning. People always are mentioning, hey, who are you using for your cleaning company? Or, hey, do you know anybody who's good? So this starts to become a snowball effect when you do this effectively. So if you're thinking, okay, how do I do this today? I would just make a list of 50 people you know. Don't judge whether they'd be interested or not. Just make a list, include everyone, right? Coworkers, former coworkers, neighbors, friends, people from high school, college, people from your gym, church members, right? Parents of your kids' friends, anything, right? In terms of like potential, anyone you've had a real conversation with, right? In the last year, honestly. And then text 10 to 15 of them over the next few days. Don't send them all at once. Spread it out so you can handle the responses properly and give each person the attention they deserve. Now, in my opinion, because it's a warm market, you know these people, you should probably have a custom message, right? So you can use what I said as like the framework, but you should have something in the intro that actually speaks with them on a personal level, so it doesn't seem like you just copied and pasted it to every single person, right? So something that's come up in their life, something you saw on their socials. Assume some familiarity and show that you actually care rather than, hey, I'm just like sticker stamping you with an SMS, okay? Then you're gonna follow up once with people who don't respond after 2 or 3 days. Sometimes, listen, they just missed your message, they read it, they forgot to respond. A simple, hey, just wanted to make sure you got my message about the cleaning company, no pressure at all, right? Putting that in there works perfectly. Most people won't do the follow-up because, again, they think they're being too pushy. You're absolutely not. Something I totally recommend doing. Otherwise, you're gonna leave tons of dollars and tons of clients off the tip. So typically, you'll get about 2 to 5 clients from your warm market alone with $0 spent. I think it's great when you're first starting out. I've seen clients get their first couple $1,000s in revenue just from texting people they know. Next, let's talk about Facebook groups, and I'm going to explain to you how you can do this without being salesy or without getting kicked out of these groups, right? So the approach is you need to find 5 to 10 local groups in your area. Look for, city mom groups, neighborhood residents, community boards, anything, local business groups. And once you've identified those, do not just post immediately. You'll literally get ignored or kicked out. These groups have social dynamics and people can smell spam from a mile away. So don't be that person. Group admins are literally constantly dealing with people trying to promote their businesses inappropriately, and they will literally police you out in a sec. So the strategy is to build relationships. So spend 2 to 3 days engaging authentically first. Find posts, make helpful comments, answer questions, share relevant experiences. Let people see your name and get familiar with you as a helpful community member first. I can't stress that enough. Now, when someone posts something relevant like home organization tips, hey, I'm looking for a cleaner that's in the area, comment with something helpful. When someone asks about local restaurants, share your recommendations. When someone celebrates a milestone, congratulate them. Then there's a couple different things you can do here. Number one, you can actually have a real conversation with them in the DMs, right? You can follow up with something that you heard them say in the group and then start having a conversation, getting to know them. I know this sounds crazy, but that actually is one of the easiest ways to get your first sales, right? You're assuming familiarity because you guys are in the same Facebook group, right? You're engaging with them, showing that you care about them. And then you start to have an organic conversation about, hey, we're both people in the area, right? And then you'll have an opportunity to share, hey, this is what I do. By the way, like if you're in this group, I usually run a special for cleaning services if that's something you're interested in, right? So that is a very natural way of transitioning. Hey, I found this group that might be potential customers to, hey, this person actually just said, I want to give you guys a try, and you're not spamming, right? So that's really critical. You don't want to spam people. Hey, everybody, like, look at my cleaning company, right? No one's going to actually want to sign up for your services. And then the part I would say is the advanced tactic is once you actually service this person and they have an amazing experience with your company, you have them post in that social community group, okay? So when you do that, now you're taking their social equity, not your social equity, and they're putting it on display for others to notice, okay? With these groups online, that's a huge thing. Just roll the tape. If somebody already saw Jennifer, Sally, John all post about your cleaning company. It wasn't you that posted about it. Who are they most likely to go with? That person's recommendation or the guy who posted 5 times this week, hey, buy services from me, I'm in the area, right? So I think it's pretty obvious. Like, people like and know and trust other people in the community and will go with their recommendation before anything else. And that's really, if you can do that well and do that multiple times, you're going to have an organic engine within each of these Facebook groups that's going to be second to none. I know some people who do huge numbers in their cleaning businesses with this exact strategy. And by the way, if you want my complete system for building a remote cleaning business from 0 to 10K per month, including all my templates, scripts, workbooks, documentation, and one-on-one support to guide you through every single step, click the first link in the description to learn more. But first, let me show you some more strategies that scale. So once you have your first few clients, it's really time to set up systems that work while you sleep. And my first recommendation is your Google business, right? Google My Business is a free listing that shows up when people are searching for cleaning services near me in your area on the map. This takes about 30 minutes, right? You can claim your business, you can add photos of your work, you can fill out your service area, you can write description of your services, you can add hours of operation, contact information, post updates about your company, right? But here's the powerful thing. It's completely free. It shows up at the top of Google searches over time if you get the reviews. People are actively searching for cleaning services to find you without you doing any outreach, which is the beauty of it, right? It's pure inbound. But here's what most people get wrong. They'll set it up, they forget about it. You need to optimize it properly to get results, right? So you have to use the right keywords in your business description, right? Include phrases like residential cleaning, house cleaning, recurring services, right? And your city name. Number 2, you got to have quality photos, not stock photos, not AI photos, before and after photos of your work, photos of your cleaning supplies and team, right? Visual proof builds trust. And then third, this is crucial, you need reviews to make this work. After every successful cleaning, you have to be in a rigid manner. You have to be persistent about asking clients to get reviews, because this builds social proof and ultimately improves your rank, right? Just think about it. When you're looking for a restaurant you want to try, you're going to look at, okay, what's the rating on the reviews and how many reviews were there? Those are the first 2 things you're going to look at, right? It's literally the same process as with cleaning. They're going to look at how many reviews you have and what is the average rating of those reviews, right? So that is something that's going to be extremely important for the Google business. And I really view Google My Business as a digital asset for your company, right? That's the one thing that no one can really take away from you. It's the digital footprint, it's your rating, it's your reputation, ultimately your brand. And the real talk is, if you're able to do this for months and you actually start to gain serious traction, once it's done, it actually is passive lead generation. You're just going to get straight inbound calls from people who have, you've never contacted, that just want your services because they said, I found you online, I saw your reviews, they looked amazing, I had to give you guys a try. There are clients that I work with that are getting 10 to 20 clients for free just because they're doing this properly. The 5th method is the most powerful, but oftentimes the most overlooked, and that is client referrals. So here's the simple ask. After every successful cleaning, you have to ask, do you know anyone else who might need these services? Most people are not going to do this because they feel awkward about asking a client that is already a client of you, right? But satisfied clients are happy to refer. They're literally your happiest customers, most satisfied customers. You need to leverage that as much as you can. And the advanced strategy is to use incentives to get the result even further. So if you refer someone who books, I'll give you X percentage off, X dollars off your next cleaning. And that to me is where you start to get compounding effect, right? Because one good client could refer 2 to 3 others now. Now they're even incentivized. They like you, they like your business, they like your cleaners, and then they have people that are looking for clients, and they have other people that are looking for cleaners in their community. And if you find that champion client, literally they can give you so many clients that your growth accelerates without having to spend any ad spend, right? So I've had clients who referred 5+ other clients over the years. That's literally thousands of dollars in revenue from one referral source that costs $0, right? Key though is you got to ask every time. If you make it part of your standard process after every cleaning, that's where you start to actually see the results at scale. And ways to implement this, right? You can have referral links they can text to friends. You can have little postcards, or you could even change it to be more of a gift card give out, right? So, hey, I'm going to give you this gift card you can give out to somebody for a free voucher, right? So it doesn't have to always be, hey, I'm asking you to do something for me. You can also design the experience for them if you provide that for them, right? So you just need to be creative about, okay, if I'm going to do a referral program for the clients in my network, how should I go about that approach? And can I make it a cool experience for them to be able to give that out, right? Because everyone wants to give out things to their friends for free, right? That's the easiest thing in the world. I'm sure all of you guys probably have an instance where, hey, you got group texted, hey, this thing is going to be for free, just use this coupon link, right? So it's the same mechanism. It's really easy to pass social currency like that around, but you have to be intentional about it on the front end so they can actually do that for you. Now, let me show you how to use these methods together for maximum impact, because to me, the real power comes from when you start combining them strategically. So the order of operations I would start with is just start with the warm market outreach that I mentioned, right? So get your first 5 to 10 clients with using zero or little effort, right? You can literally do this tonight while watching TV. While you're waiting for responses from your warm market, start engaging in Facebook groups, start responding on Nextdoor, create these digital channels for having organic conversations with potential clients, and start to build your presence clients in the community. As that's going on, set up your Google My Business, right? Immediately. It takes about a half an hour. It starts working in the background while you start focusing on running your business and the other methods. Even if you don't get immediate results, it's building your online presence. There's no way around it. You have to be doing that. And once you have your first few clients, immediately leverage them. Ask them for referrals after every single job. Have a referral program. Start getting Google 5-star reviews to boost your online presence. And here's the compounding effect. Your warm market gets you into the neighborhoods. Your Google My Business starts bringing in organic inbound leads from people searching online in your area. And then your client referral strategy multiplies your client base exponentially, right? So you can see how this starts to stack up with each other. And that's really how you take one win and turn it into 5, turn it into 10. It's with an intentional strategy, but you have to know what you're doing. And once you do that, you literally realistically can get your first 5 to 10 clients in the first 2 to 3 weeks or more using these strategies. And that's a couple $1,000s in recurring revenue before you even need to think about paid advertising, right? So here's the key. You actually have to execute these strategies, right? Most people are going to watch this video like this and literally never have taken an action, right? The ones who succeed are the ones who text their warm market tonight, join Facebook groups this week, get their first sale in the DMs there, set up their Google business profile this weekend, right? Those are the people who are actually going to take this video and get results. And if I were you, I would be systematic about it, right? You could take the first week, text your warm market, right? Text those 10 people per day, join those 5 to 10 Facebook groups, start engaging, set up the Google business profile. Week number 2, continue warm market outreach, start responding to more Facebook posts and groups, and next door, ask your first clients that you're now servicing for referrals. Week 3, follow up again with all your warm market with who didn't respond, continue social media engagement, ask clients for more Google reviews as you start to get those services done. And then number 4, analyze what's working. You can double down on what it's the most effective strategy for you or what you like the most and start getting more leads now coming from your Google business profile that's now indexing. And you have to track everything, right? How many people you contacted, what are the response rates, what are your conversion rates, which methods generate the most clients. This data is going to help you optimize your approach. Now, let me share some of the bigger mistakes I see people make with these free methods. So mistake number 1 is they literally give up too early, right? The warm market can work in days, but these other online methods, they're going to take weeks to build momentum, right? So if you quit after week 1, you're literally not doing yourself a disservice and you're not going to get the result. The second mistake I see is being too salesy. It's really easy to see when someone's trying to sell you something, and that is going to be caught in a second, right? If you focus on being helpful first, selling second, and building relationships with the people that you're speaking to in the local community, both in your warm market and the online communities, you're going to do 10x better. Third mistake I see is they don't follow up, right? Many sales happen on the second or third contact, not the first. You have to be diligent about follow-up. People are busy with their lives, and you have to understand that that is often the case. Mistake number 4 is they don't track results. So you need to know which method actually works best for you so you can start to focus your time effectively as an entrepreneur. If you have no idea, you're just going to say, well, I feel like this one was really good, or I feel like that was really good, and you're not actually going to know, okay? So I always want you to thinking like, how do I be the most efficient person and effective person as possible? And if I don't have the data to tell me, then there's no way that I could actually execute this with efficiency. And the 5th mistake I see is everyone trying to do everything at once, right? You got to master one method before adding another and layer it that way. The key is being patient and consistent. These methods will work, but they require sustained effort over weeks, not days. So that's 5 different ways to get clients without spending $1 on ads, right? So warm market outreach, network in your Facebook groups and next door, Google My Business, client referrals. Beauty of these methods is they work for anyone, regardless of your budget, experience, your location. You just need to be willing to put in the work and stay consistent. Now, if you want my complete system for scaling your remote cleaning business from these first few clients to hitting $10,000 per month in 120 days or less, including all my templates, scripts, processes, strategies, and one-on-one support to guide you through every step, click in the first link in the description to get my full blueprint, and I will show you exactly how you can turn these free client acquisition methods into a systematic, scalable business that can replace your income. The foundation is free. Having that client acquisition for the foundation is one of the great strategies to start out with, but the real money comes from building systems that allow you to scale without working more hours. So click the link below, and I'll see you on the next video.